listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's Hart of Dixie's After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Hart of Dixie After Show.
Yay! Being is for doing, and we are back with AfterBuzz TV's Hart of Dixie. We're in Season 2, Episode 2, Always on My Mind. So this should be a really, really good episode. We got lots to talk about. I'm your host, Whitney Lane, and I'm joined with my fellow co-hosts,
Paige Sullivan,
Christine Archer,
and Michelle Renee.
So let's dig in. How did it start? Wade and Zoe.
Wade and Zoe.
Per usual.
I know, and I'm
Becoming
loving
a thing.
it.
It's like a routine now. Just all starts out with Wade and Zoe.
I know. So it starts out, they're in bed, you know, enjoying each other's company. However, she's still saying, this is never going to happen again. How many times has she said that?
She sounded a lot like Taylor Swift in that song.
Never, ever
doing that again.
I love it. I know. But she always looks so cute, no matter when she is, like, so annoyed. She's just like, it's never happening. But, so that's kind of how it started out. And it kind of developed because they had to make a bet because Zoe just could not keep her hands off Wade. So the bet. What did y'all think about it?
Unrealistic in the fact that Wade can't afford a $100 bet.
I know, poor guy.
No, he can't. Wade, you're not going to be able to pay your bills.
That just shows how much he thinks he's going to win.
The Rammer Jammer doesn't pay that much at all.
Doesn't work out.
No, being a bartender at that bar is not working in his favor. The only thing I think he gets out of that is women, and I think he likes it that way.
Hey.
But now he's got Zoe.
And his bartending skills since he wants to open his own bar.
Very true. He's going to be a mixologist.
Yeah.
Yeah, very fancy for him.
So a $100 bet for 48 hours. And they really thought it was, like, Wade literally thought he was going to win. Because, I mean, it kind of seemed like it for a little bit. I was kind of thinking, no, this isn't going to last. Because I kind of wanted it not to work. I like Wade and Zoe.
I think he was going to win. I think she was going to give in. I think he, like, quit too. You know, he gave up on her. He was like, you know, look at all these girls who want me. Why would I?
Yeah.
Why would I fight with you over this? Because you already get all mad when George is going to sleep with other women. But then you get mad when I'm going to sleep with other women. So who do you want to be sleeping with? And that's the real question. So Wade was like, I'll just sleep with all the other girls who want to sleep with me instead.
For free.
Uh-huh.
Well, not really for free, because then he had to pay her, so.
Right. But, you know, eventually, he still cares. He still, even though he may not act like it, he hopes that she'll eventually come back around. He's cocky, but I think he likes her.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's willing to commit, and that's why this bet was kind of good for him, because if it didn't work out, it didn't work out, and then he moves on to the next girl. But if it works out, then he's still getting laid, and he's still sleeping with Zoe, the girl who wants to be sleeping. Well, I mean, I think that's what's on Wade's mind ultimately, and I think the funniest part about it was when she's running around with those pants missing, and she's like, oh, it's fine. And Rose is like, what are you doing? And she's like, you know.
This little high schooler who knows exactly what she's doing. But she's like, where are your pants? Oh, I'm running. It's for heart healthy. I'm running without pants in my heels. It's like, no.
Yeah, that annoyed me. The entire episode, they're like, Rose, we're not doing anything. We're like knitting a sweater.
She'd be like, one night stand.
Yeah.
She'd be like, you weren't wearing pants because you slept with Wade.
Stupid.
She knew exactly.
She goes to high school.
Is she in 10th or 11th grade, or?
I don't even know.
She's in high school. Like, come on.
Yeah, no.
She knows.
2012 high schoolers these days know what it is.
Yeah, and in the car, I think so funny when Zoe was like, oh, we'll just pull over. And I thought she was going to kick him out or that they were going to hook up. But when she got Rose in the car, I was like, oh, well played. Well played. Because he can't pull any moves with a little high schooler in the car. That's just, like, wrong. So.
It's true. So Rose comes to Zoe. So they get in the car because Rose comes to Zoe because she feels like she's not cool. And she really wants to put on this rock concert, BlueBellapalooza.
Lollapalooza for Bluebell.
Right, which is so nice because her friend is going to some concert, and she's like, you know what? I can't be uncool.
The Black Keys.
Yeah,
I love the Black Keys.
So she's like, I can't be uncool, so will you help me? She always comes to Zoe for these kinds of things. So Wade knows some singer that he used to be in a band with, and he's like, that's the only person close that could be your headline for this concert. So that's why they're in the car driving together. And I really did think, I would agree with you. I was like, no, she can't handle it, man. The music's coming on, and that's what Wade says. It's all about the song. When the song comes on, you know when it's right.
C7.
Now we know. Now we know. But then hops in Rose, and it's like, forget that. So I thought that was pretty good of Zoe. Sneaky girl.
Pretty good of the writers. Mm-hmm. Played a trick on us all.
And then they meet up with Lillian. What did y'all think about her?
She's kind of crazy.
She's a little bit weird.
She's a little weird, yeah. But I don't know.
She's a
Hypochondriac. She's scared that everything's wrong. Makes Zoe look at all her meds, of course. But she hooked up with Wade in the past, and that's why she hates him. Of course, all it took was a little apology from Wade. And
That's all any girl wants.
That's
right?
yes, I would totally agree. That's all it takes is an apology, and you forget everything that they ever did.
Ugh, I don't know. I hold a grudge.
I feel like the problem with guys like Wade is that you expect them to just do bad things, so then when they do something good, it just completely negates everything bad that they've done in the past. So.
Well, Lillian forgot, and she hopped in that car to Bluebell and shows up for BlueBellapalooza.
Packed an overnight bag, was ready.
She was. She's like, the car ride's so long. Can I just stay over at your place, Wade?
I think this proves how good Wade must be in bed, because if every girl's willing to just be like, oh, let bygones be bygones, and we'll deal with that later, like, I mean, Zoe's given up something that is a hot commodity in town, so.
She's given up both. Here goes Wade, because it's like, well, Lillian's after him now. She doesn't have to deal with him. She definitely is probably going to win that bet. And then George, she's like, you got to heal your heart. And he's just like, Wade, come on, be my wingman. Tell me how to get some girls.
She's so naive in thinking he has to heal his heart. Like, guys, I think
he puts on that good guy act, though.
But he was so excited about that volleyball player. He was like, I almost had her. Lemon screwed him
until he kind of screwed himself.
Well, yeah, he shouldn't have gone and helped Lemon.
Oh no, I'm totally like against George because I think he's too nice all the time. But when he went over and talked to Lemon, I was like, George, that's the sweetest thing you've ever done.
Yeah.
If you were sitting at that bar, like, had an awful night, had just poisoned your dad's new girlfriend, and your ex-boyfriend was there talking to another girl, you would want your ex-boyfriend to come over and comfort you.
Maybe.
Would you not?
I mean, everyone would, but it's just like, George, you're at the Rammer Jammer. You got this volleyball team that's only coming through, you have 2 restaurants in town, and one of them's the Rammer Jammer. You're here for a night, and right when you're about to go home with this girl who had her purse in the lap and a glass of Chardonnay, which Wade said was just a tell-all sign of a girl who had just broken up with her boyfriend, he's like, oh, hold on just a second. I gotta go. I'll be right back. And off he goes to talk to Lemon, who's so upset.
That was a class act move. You go, George. I love
it was nice. I mean, at least it shows he has a heart. Like, he's a good guy. He was never mean to Lemon. I mean, neither of them, when they broke up, were like vindictive. Well, Lemon's a little vindictive, but like, he wasn't, holding it against her, all the things that happened. Even the stuff that happened with Lavon, he's not holding it against Lemon. So it's nice to see that he can, forgive and move on a little bit, even if he doesn't love her. He's gonna like take care of her as a friend.
That's true. So you all tell us what you think. Go to iTunes, where you can download the podcast for Hart of Dixie, rate and comment. Let us know if you think George is really that nice of a guy, or if it's a little too nice sometimes. Dying to hear from you. But back to the Rammer Jammer, that was Lemon's job. She was a failure at it.
She was terrible. Terrible waitress.
And her family, like Magnolia and Brick, they were both like, you're degrading our family name.
Yeah, I was a little shocked by how bad, like, waitresses and waiters got, like, the rap this episode. They said Lemon was degrading herself, and then the volleyball player was like, I almost hooked up with that busboy.
Right.
Can you believe it?
Well.
Wow, like, can people make an honest living?
No, that's what she was trying to show, and she really couldn't, because she was awful.
She was awful, but doesn't mean she's not trying. I mean, she was trying. She was trying to marry those ketchup bottles on the counter and trying to, make sure people have their manners. I mean, she was trying and just thinking all the wrong ways. Like, what mattered was not happening there for her.
What would you do if someone's like, Elvis, off the table, sit up straight, take your hat off, and now enjoy your dinner?
Oh my gosh, I've had to tell people to take their hat off when I was a hostess, and they look at you like,
Well, because your restaurant requires it, right?
Right, not the rammer.
But I think because it's Lemon, they like expect that from her. They know she's the little town princess, so they're like, okay.
And you saw the boss couldn't even look her in the eye to fire her. He was like, turned around. He's like, Lemon, you're fired. You're really bad. She's like, look at me, look at me. And so he had to. And somehow she talked him into paying him to let her work for the night.
And then poison her future stepmom.
That was so sad.
I felt bad. I felt bad. I mean, Brick was excited to take Emily out and meet his daughter, and Lemon was really trying to impress her. And I mean, how do you mess that up? One's seafood, one's not. Just get it right.
I know. I thought it was funny when she was like, well, you tongue-kissed in the courtyard or whatever of the town. She's like, you're degrading our family. But Magnolia's super embarrassed by Lemon being a waitress.
Every time that Emily and Brick try to go on a date, Lemon always interferes somehow.
Ruins it.
Last week she had the cake knife, and this week she poisoned her. So it's like,
so we'll see if it actually works out. She's trying to get out of the house, but somehow she's ruining Brick's life.
Did you notice her lemon apron?
No.
I
You
didn't.
didn't? It had lemons on it.
I just saw it was ugly. I
know, it was kind of ugly.
Of course, she's wearing
An
lemon
apron.
Oh, how funny.
Or an apron in general, like one that goes around her neck and has a cute little bow on it. Like she's working at a dive bar in Bluebell, Alabama. I mean,
so her dad's trying to get her to be the receptionist at the practice, which you can imagine, which I feel like that probably might happen. Zoe's gonna hate that.
oh,
She's gonna
I actually
hate
don't
that.
think it will happen. I don't know.
You don't?
Okay, this should probably be saved for. I'll save it later for predictions.
I know it's so hard sometimes.
But I have a
them.
good one for later.
Awesome, awesome. So, okay, so the BlueBellapalooza, they finally get this girl to come back with them. The whole town shows up, and what happens?
she's a hypochondriac.
Her finger is numb. She cannot play the guitar, which she thinks she has nerve damage. She's gone. Now she's left with no one to headline this whole thing. Could be Rose's reputation at stake.
Right, and part of what Levon calls Zoe out for is like, did you do that on purpose? Like, you knew she was a hypochondriac. You knew she freaks out about stuff. And at first she's like, no, you don't have nerve damage. And then she's like, you might. You know you might have it. You could have it. It's kind of like she was sabotaging her. Like, I know what Wade wants from you, and I want that from Wade. Like, I think she was given into the power of Wade. I don't know.
It happens.
It
Happens a lot, apparently.
Right? So I guess, she's gone. Lily Ann's off, and she's gone. She's just gone. And Zoe has to find some way to help Rose, because you can imagine Rose so happy. She's running around like, let me walk really cool around my high school friends. And she finds George.
Of course, George comes to the rescue.
Always.
He's always there.
That's why it's annoying sometimes. Have a backbone, George.
Wow.
But he was pretty good. So it kind of worked out, him and Wade playing together, which I just find so funny. Because in the last episode, they're fighting till the death. And then they, get back together this episode, and they're like, when I punch your face in, yeah, you were on the ground, like all this stuff. Then they become wingmen, and now they're playing in a band together.
That's how boys are. We talked about it. They just got to fight and get it over with, and they fought, and they're over it. Now Wade's sleeping with Zoe, and George is trying to get Wade by having Wade be his wingman. I mean, it all worked out for the best with them. They're all buddy-buddy again.
Too funny.
For now. Until next week.
Yeah. I thought they were pretty awesome, though. Pretty awesome band. Of course, the ladies of Bluebell loved them.
Yes, George's muscles were bulging out of
they
that
were.
shirt. Like, whoa.
I feel like he doesn't usually look that
He
beefy.
definitely doesn't.
I don't know. Maybe season 2's bringing that out, and then maybe he worked on
Well,
it.
he's single now. He has to get all the ladies.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. All that fishing.
That's
all that
what-
reeling in.
Oh, that was funny.
Oh, goodness.
But so all the girls after the end of the show, Wade's with his little group of his posse, and then you got George with his, and Zoe's left alone.
Yeah, she's left alone, but I think that's what she wanted. Ultimately, she wanted to pick herself. I mean, she picked herself. They're allowed to move on.
Apparently they're not, though. She's like, I don't want to be with you, but you can't be with anyone else. Which is typical.
Well,
Girl
it's
move.
just selfish.
/ she kind of, I don't know, she's upset. You can tell a little bit, like, crap, what did I do? Because every girl wants to say that and wants those two guys kind of holding on, but doesn't want them going for other girls, and that's what happened. So could have been expected. She's just standing there, like, looking back and forth.
Like, oh no.
She'll be fine, though. Next week, they'll be back with her.
You think?
Wade, at least. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they have to take a break with Wade for a while.
Because I wanted that so badly from the first season. I was like, Wade and Zoe, there was some chemistry there. I'm sick of George. And now it happened, but now I think it's going to be Zoe off by herself again. Like, remember, we're all 15-year-olds at heart. It's kind of true.
It is true.
Very
Sad,
true.
but true. Wow.
Well, when we're at home alone watching TV, tune in or go to AfterBuzzTV.com. Check out our fall lineup. We have tons of shows, probably tons of your favorite ones. I know we're all hosting quite a few shows, so I know Nashville premieres tomorrow, which I'm excited about. A couple other ones that you're hosting, right?
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast this Thursday. It's the series premiere. So.
And then there's always the ones that are the favorites, like Gossip Girl just came back, a couple others. So definitely go check it out because I'm sure you're going to find some more where if you are trying to be that 15-year-old girl, you can sit and listen to our podcast. So it should be fun. Okay, so another topic of conversation was the Levon and Ruby. Seemed like they were reuniting. Kind of hanging out, going to get drinks at what must have been the second restaurant, the only other restaurant.
A lot of sexual tension in that one little peck, I will say.
On the cheek.
Yes. I was like, wow.
Either like sexual tension or like there's something behind it. You know what I mean? Like she's got motive behind that peck. I felt like she was trying to like lure him in and make him feel comfortable and then.
Well, yeah, I thought it was sexual tension in that moment. And then later on in the episode, I was like, oh.
It makes sense because she's the one with the news that Southern Living that Bluebell's not in the top 100 Southern towns to visit. So they're all mad. Her Gramps is all upset that Bluebell's not in Southern Living this year and says he's going to run for mayor. Well, we come to find out that really.
She's running for mayor.
Right.
I don't see her as the mayor at all. That'd be weird.
I wonder
I don't
why.
see Levon as the mayor.
No,
That's true.
I mean, what does he do, honestly?
He's
like,
a football star, you guys. It's the South. That's how he's mayor.
Yeah. It reminds me of like when celebrities run for office or like mayors, like when Clint Eastwood was mayor of his town, like
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's the governor. It's like, oh, come on. But I don't think she'll get it just because, I mean, first off, she hasn't been there in so long, and I feel like she's not a football legend like Levon was. I mean, he's like their idol to these high schoolers and their parents, and he's like the football star that came from Bluebell. I mean, what'd she work with? Makeup? She did makeup.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that appeals to the women and it appeals to people like Zoe, but I don't think people like Lemon are going to be all like, Ruby,
It's true.
you know? I think she's really just doing it to get back at him. As much as she says she's not trying to do it to get back at him, I think she's holding a grudge.
She's definitely holding a grudge.
So he didn't break up with her in high school when he wanted to? When he should have, right? Okay.
He just stopped talking to her and thought that was better. I don't know why anybody ever thinks that's better. It's never better.
He just went to college and like ignored her.
Yeah.
For months. And then I mean.
Which there probably is a little bit of underhandedness going on, but at the same time, she also is kind of here now. She's taking care of her grandfather, and she kind of needs to make a name for herself in Bluebell, and I guess
Why
this
not
is
be the mayor?
way. Yeah.
There you go.
It seems easy enough, right?
And she blames it on him kind of. She's like, well, I said I needed some inspiration, some wind under my wings, and you gave it to me. Like, that's what helped you when you got back here, and that's what's going to help me. I'm going to take your job and be the mayor. Find out who I'm supposed to be in this town.
Man, I was really rooting for them to go a different direction.
I was too. I wanted them to be together.
Instead of enemies.
Yeah, now
It's
they're
gonna
going to
happen.
hate each other.
Or
Kind of.
it could be like Wade and Zoe, where it's like we're running, there's so much tension, you know?
But Levon never gets like the relationship, you know what I mean? With
doesn't.
Lemon, he got traded in for George, and with Dee Dee, she ran away. I mean, after he like broke up with her 3 times. But it's just like you want him to get that. I mean, he's so nice, and he's got such a good heart, and he tries so hard.
And good looking.
Yeah, and I know you're a big fan of his looks, but you want it to work out for him, and I thought Ruby was the one, but maybe not.
You know, I mean, they are developing all these characters. It would be really sad to see, like, he doesn't get the girl. He doesn't get the job. Like, where does Levon Hayes? What does he come to?
He has to go back to his football career, I think.
Hey, coach.
Maybe.
Football coach?
He could coach. Is there a high school? I guess Rose goes to high school, so there must be a high school. But you've never seen the high school in Bluebell.
No,
Well,
you don't see it.
you saw the football players that time they got sick. Remember, they were all really sick, and Levon was freaking out. He's like, my QB's sick. But that was about it. So he's still doing football. I mean, if that's what he loves.
I have a prediction. Do you want me to save it?
Yeah, you got to say
Yeah,
that.
because you remind me I have one too.
You got
She's
some good
itching.
ones.
She's
I'm
itching.
excited.
I know, I want to say it.
Soon enough. So in the end, I guess we'll see that develop, which will be really exciting to see what happens.
Well, I think it'll be a good plot, too, to have, like, an actual race for mayor. You know what I mean? Not just, Levon won again or something like that, or have nobody run against him. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll make for some good TV, for sure. I mean, see who people pick. Like, who is Zoe going to pick? Levon or Ruby? Because she really likes Ruby. That's her only girlfriend.
Levon is her go-to man. He is always there for her. You know, that's one good thing about him for sure, is like he opened up his house to Zoe, the girl that no one likes in this town. Like, he's always there to listen to her. And, you know, they kind of help each other out in that sense. Like, she's there for him, too, and for the girl needs, so she can kind of tell him a girl's point of view, and then he's the guy for her.
He totally doesn't
come
want to hear
down to
it.
who's the better candidate.
Just like this election that we're in right now.
Yes, I was thinking that.
We'll see if there's any good
Today's the last day
debates.
to register to vote. So.
Oh, really?
Good plug. Register, vote for mayor in Bluebell, and vote for president.
And vote for president.
Whichever you feel is more important right now.
That's so funny. Yeah, so should be some good plots developing. Do you have anything else you want to add?
I just want to say I loved that they had Magnolia sing. She was really good.
Loved it.
I really liked that. I feel like it made you like her a little more because she's not very nice. I mean, she's kind of mean to Rose, and she's not nice to Magnolia. I mean, not Magnolia, to Lemon, really.
Yeah.
I mean, she's always like, well, it's her big sister, so I guess you're always mean to
you
you're
always have
mean
that.
to your big sister. But I liked having that. I liked having the singing part of it because I feel like there's so much good country music that's always on the show that I'm like singing along to, and
always.
it's kind of nice to have them actually singing it.
Well,
like
it's
her
also,
and George
it's cool to see the talent. I mean, there's more than just, a lot of them can sing. So it was fun that and Wade was up there playing the guitar.
and he sings too. And Rose sings. I mean, they're all singing.
I
It's
really
pretty
thought
cool.
Rachel Bilson was going to get up there and sing when they didn't know.
I was like,
who
I didn't know
sing.
she could sing.
I know.
Yeah, no, I feel like they would have showed that side of her before if that was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's probably better we leave Rachel Bilson to the acting.
Who knows? Who knows? We could be surprised. They constantly
It could turn
surprise
into a
us.
musical.
Right?
Hart of Dixie, the musical.
Dixie.
I don't hate it.
Hart
I
of
don't
Dixie
hate
on
it.
Broadway.
That's awesome. Well, anything else that we missed, you guys? I know there's a lot in it. A lot
What
of
was it
stuff.
with Rachel Bilson and the marshmallows in this episode?
Oh, that's how she doesn't have sex. She eats marshmallows.
Marshmallow? I don't know.
Isn't that how
It's
you
weird.
control yourself when you?
No.
Yeah. Slash, I loved most of her outfits. I know y'all hated that
Except for the last
dress.
one.
It was just weird. It
liked
cut off at a weird spot. It just.
Well,
But
they're
she
like-
has such cute stuff.
I wouldn't have hated it as much if it didn't have that glitter
the
strip.
glitter.
at
It
the
was so
top.
weird. It was like flowers and then
silver.
this like rusty color and then just like silver glitter
glitter.
thrown on there.
And I
don't
feel
know, it was
like
weird.
that's a huge part of this show. That what separates her from Bluebell is like what she's wearing in
For
the
sure.
show. And I always love it. Even her bra at the beginning of the show, that was
Super
a killer
cute.
bra. We were talking about that, but it just reminded me of an Afghan blanket or something that
weird.
somebody put on a shirt. I don't know. I didn't like it.
Yeah. I love the red dress, though, with the gold. I would totally wear that.
That was cute.
Yeah, she always looks good. No wonder the guys want her.
I mean, she looks
good.
great in cute little dresses, and you got Wade with the shirt off. I mean, what more can you ask
Right.
for on this show?
To be one of their costume.
Yeah. I don't know. All right, well, let's get into some news and gossip. I know we got some stuff for you today.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So last week we were talking about Laura Bell Bundy being on the show as a guest star. And also Kellen Coleman from HBO's The Newsroom has been cast as another potential love interest for George.
Whoa.
He has too many love interests.
Not fair.
I don't know what he's going to do with all of
Except
these
we
girls.
haven't seen anything
I
yet.
know, except the girls tonight at the bar. She was the only one that we like kind of sort of saw for a second, and then she was like, I don't want the best boy, you know? But yeah, so apparently George is getting some action in the next few
the
episodes.
town nice boy, the lawyer. I mean, he's a good catch for sure, so it should be.
do you think he'll have a one-night stand though? I mean, like, I don't know.
I don't know.
He said he's not that type.
He's not, but maybe to mix things up, he will.
He never had a chance to be that type. I mean, he's in a relationship when he was 15. Who's running
Since
around?
the Clinton administration.
Oh, goodness.
That was fun.
Awesome. Well, that'll be exciting. I want to see that kind of develop.
And apparently Wade's ex-wife, I think Tansy, that was her name?
Tansy.
Yeah, Tansy, she is coming back for a few episodes this season. So I don't really know what's going to happen.
I like her. She's fine, but I don't want that.
She's just going to ruin the whole like Zoe and Wade
I
thing.
know.
She always does.
I have no chance.
But he doesn't love her. We know that. So who knows? Maybe she comes back to be with George.
She comes back to be with
Or Levon. Levon needs a relationship, right?
Lemon.
Lemon. What a twist.
I just wanted to stir the pot a little bit.
I don't see that happening.
Never.
Well, that'll be
I was kidding,
interesting.
guys.
We get it. We got it.
I think Tansy's funny though. I like when she's on the show. She brings a little spice to it. And her and Wade have this funny relationship where they're like, yeah, let's get divorced. No, let's not get divorced. Like it's so back and forth. So I wonder. Oh, I hope she's not pregnant.
Yeah, maybe she's in a relationship now because I think the last time we saw her, she was
leaving that crazy man.
Yeah. And Wade helped.
and
They
like
still
getting her
care
life
for each
together.
other.
So maybe now she has her life together and she's coming back to show.
Lots of
like, I have
stuff.
my life together. I'm
And
pregnant.
she said he gave her the motivation to do it. He gave her the inspiration. So yeah, maybe she is coming back to just be like, look what I did.
Oh,
Thanks.
Tansy.
Sounding like Zoe's going to be stuck with no one, though. If Wade has the ex-wife and George has all of these women
Seems
the
like they're
volleyball team.
seems like they're setting it up that way. That's how it was last season. Give me somebody for Zoe. But I guess it's hard because it's like that little love triangle.
Well, there aren't that many people in Bluebell, so you kind of like run
Come
through
on.
them kind of fast, and then it's like, well, either got to bring in a new person or got to go with an old one. So we'll see.
So true.
This is more of a fun fact than news and gossip, but you guys have seen Pretty Little Liars and Gilmore Girls, right?
Love it.
I love Gilmore Girls. It was my favorite. Did you guys know? I always realized that the town square looked the same as Gilmore Girls, and I read online that it actually is all the same. Pretty Little Liars and Gilmore Girls and Hart of Dixie, all of the same town square.
You know why?
Mind blown.
WB. It must be. That's awesome.
So they're all the same.
Good. I'm going to say that when I host Pretty Little Liars next.
There you go.
Good fun fact.
Yeah, some of our favorite shows all tied up into one pretty little bow. I like that. I like that.
Okay, so is it prediction time? I know you're itching.
Predictions. I know, we're both ready.
Itching to tell your predictions. Let's do it.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, y'all start because I know.
You go first. I'll go second.
Back to the mayor's election. I personally think that neither one of them are going to win. I think that we'll see someone else like come in and win. And
Any
it'll be really-
ideas?
Dash.
What about Lemon?
That's kind of what mine. Okay, no, mine's honestly
That's
kind of on that. No, I don't think she'll be mayor, but so she's gotten fired from the Rammer Jammer.
Right.
And I feel like her thing is kind of like planning and organizing things. I feel like, and she really hates Ruby. I feel like she might run Levon's campaign.
Oh.
I think she might, and to like get them back together.
I like
maybe.
that.
That's a good
I could see that happening.
Do you think they'll
possibly.
end up back together?
I secretly want them to.
I do too.
I think I could see it happening, but we'll see.
So wait, you guys are team Levon and Lemon.
Yeah.
He likes her a lot.
I'm team Ruby and Lemon.
Oh.
I mean,
She's
Ru-
too,
I don't
she
like
seems
Ruby
a little
now.
manipulative.
You're on this whole Lemon's a lesbian thing right now.
I meant to say team Lemon and Levon is what I meant to say.
That's what we are. That's what we are. Lemon
No,
and Levon.
Earlier, she
I'm
meant to say
team
Lemon.
Ruby
And
and
Levon.
Levon. Wait, what team am I on?
I don't know.
I'm team Ruby.
You're just
and
team
Levon.
Levon regardless.
That's true.
Like,
Team
who are we
Levon.
kidding?
Michelle and Levon is what it is.
No, but don't you? I feel like Levon brought out the best in Lemon. Like when George was away, and he really comforted her and was there in a rough time, and so they have that special bond. Like they always say, like when something tragic happens in your life, the people who are there, those are like the people you'll like remember and have that connection with for a long time. And I feel like they have that. And he never wanted to let go of Lemon, and I don't think she did it either. She just didn't want to let go of the idea of being married to somebody like George Tucker and being the wife of a lawyer and the golden boy in town.
Well,
I
it
don't
could
know.
be cool though because I mean, no one really knows. Only Zoe and George and Wade, if he even knows or cares, you know. So it could be like this whole new development for the town that they'll root
it's a
for, you
new
know.
relationship.
They'll get behind, but no one knows. It'll all come out.
I think Levon would be good for her in the fact that she kind of bossed George around a lot, but I think Levon would not take her crap. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'll be more
they would
so
be a
okay.
better balance. Probably.
They'd be a better balance. Yeah.
That's a good one. I
Yeah,
like
we'll
it.
I'm leaning your way though. I really think you're right. Maybe she will run his campaign. I really
I
like
could see that happening.
it. It wasn't going that way at all in my mind. I thought she was going to work for Brooke. I still feel.
I don't think that'll happen. I don't know. I feel like she's on this whole like independent woman
Yeah.
streak, and she doesn't want to ruin that. So I don't think she'll end up working for her dad.
I do. I just think if she's on this independent woman thing and she's like on fire right now. I mean, she just got left at the altar basically, or like in the dressing room when she was in her wedding dress.
Poor lady.
And you know she has nothing to show for her life. She's 30 years old and has nothing. I think, yeah, she's on a warpath right now, but you know that ends and the fire stops burning. And I think she's just gonna be like, oh, you know, maybe I should work for my dad. And I don't think there's any harm for working for him. He needs a job. They're still actually working. Granted, yeah, your dad gave you the job, but she's good at stuff like that. I mean, she's good at it. I mean, being somewhat polite on the phone and organizing, like you said. I think that's a good place for her. The Rammer Jammer is not a good place for her.
Definitely receptionist over Rammer Jammer, but campaign manager. I like that for her. I do. I don't know what my predictions are. I have like off the wall ones. Like I think Brick's gonna end up he's gonna be happy with this Emily lady finally, and as long as she doesn't get poisoned by.
As long as she doesn't die from the secret.
My goodness, I don't know. You know, I think honestly, if my prediction, which is like, kind of people are probably assuming it already, I just don't think George and Zoe will
work.
Yeah.
No.
It's not gonna happen. I don't think.
I think it'll be one of those things that happens, but for a short time. I think it's like
everything for Zoe.
You know, it's just it can't last. I don't know. For some reason, it's just in that town. There's too much going on between everybody. Everybody's got their nose in everybody else's business, and everybody's got a reason why things shouldn't work and why people shouldn't be together. Especially for Zoe. Nobody likes Zoe except for Rose and Levon and Wade, basically. And Wade doesn't even really like her. And so I just think it won't work because everybody loves George and everybody hates Zoe. I don't know.
She's got her career. Zoe, go girl.
I know. Is she ever going back to New York? Come on. Oh, I hope at least once in this episode she does go back to New York, though. I think that'd be a nice change of pace for her to get back out of Bluebell. I mean, she hasn't left. It's like you have to leave. You've been there over a year now.
Yeah, that could be
she has to go home and visit her family.
Does she?
I mean, she doesn't have to. She doesn't have
I don't
to.
even feel like she really has.
Is her dad back in New York now, or where?
Her dad and her mom.
Her like fake dad.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fake dad. That's true. Not real dad.
Yeah.
So
I think she should do that.
that would be kind of cool to see.
That'd be cool.
Go on a shopping spree, get some more of those cool clothes. I don't know where she's rotating them all from.
Where is she shopping in Bluebell?
Online.
Online. And it probably takes a long time for it to get there.
Right?
But she's got it.
Yeah, looking good.
Well, good predictions. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us for Hart of Dixie After Show. You can follow us at AfterBuzz TV, and also individually, I'm at Whitney Lane 1118 on Twitter.
At Paige Sullivan.
At C. Archer, 2 R's, not 1 at the end.
At Michelle Renee LA.
Woohoo! Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.